Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Arjun Chaudhary. Here on the top story, the tracking for you on Friday, the 7th of August. Progressive blogger hacked to death in Bangladesh. Truck bomb blast leaves at least 15 dead in Kabul. And Mullah Omar didn't die in Pakistan, says government. And now for all the details. A day after India captured a Leshkar-E-Taiba militant alive in northern Jammu and Kashmir, a police team came under attack late on Thursday. Analysts believe the gunmen had infiltrated to India under the cover of the ceasefire violation by the Pakistan army. A report.
At least 4 heavily armed gunmen stormed a police post in Basantgarh late on Thursday, injuring 2 personnel. One of the attackers was shot dead by the forces in a gun battle which followed, while the 3 managed to flee. Basantgarh is just a few miles away from Udhampur, where a paramilitary convoy had come under similar ambush on Wednesday. Locals had managed to capture one terrorist and handed him over to the police. The terrorist claimed to be a Pakistani resident and gave the police his address and phone number. An Indian media outlet spoke to the terrorist's father, who expressed fear of being killed by either the terror group, the LET, or by the Pakistan army. Meanwhile, the Pakistani forces violated the ceasefire on Friday and targeted Indian posts along the line of control.
Pakistan has been involved in the violation of the ceasefire along the line of control and the international border. And there are lots of attempts to infiltrate inside Indian territory. But almost barring 1 or 2, our forces have been capable of neutralizing them.
Defense analysts felt that Pakistan is using the ceasefire violation to facilitate the infiltrations of militants to Indian side.
The amount of cross-border firing which has been taking place, cross-border as well as cross-LOC, has been huge since the month of March, April. And what the strategy has always been is, on the side of Pakistan, is to use this firing to infiltrate these terrorists, and I think that has happened.
Following the repeated attacks, there is also a fear that the militants who are still on the run could carry out similar strikes inside India ahead of the Independence Day next week.
Niloy Chatterjee, a Bangladeshi progressive blogger, was stabbed to death in capital Dhaka on Friday. The country has witnessed an increase in attacks targeting secular writers and freethinkers in the recent times.
Blogger Niloy Chatterjee, also known as Niloy Neil, was stabbed to death by unidentified assailants outside his home in Dhaka. Chatterjee was an active member of the Gano Jagran Manch, or People's Resurgence Platform of Bangladesh, and Science and Rationalist Association of Bangladesh. He was known for his writing on women and minority rights and criticism on religious extremism. Chatterjee was also vocal in his demand for trial of those accused of committing war crimes during the 1971 Liberation War. Chatterjee's murder also comes months after a series of attacks on progressive writers and freethinkers. Bangladeshi-American atheist writer Avijit Roy, fellow bloggers Oyashikur Rahman Babu and Ananta Bijoy Das were also hacked to death in similar fashion earlier this year. Religious extremist group Ansar Bangla team and the subcontinent wing of Al-Qaeda had claimed responsibility for the earlier murders.
Pakistan government has failed to crush the Baloch nationalist movement despite the intensified military operation in the province, nationalist leader Brahumdag Bukhtiar said. He also urged the Pakistani government to hold talks with the Baloch separatists to end the decades-long insurgency.
The ongoing military operation in Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan province has recently been intensified, and the abduction of youth and activists are continuing unquestioned, Brahumdag Bukhti said. The Baloch leader, whose father was assassinated and he himself lives in exile, pointed out that the local media is not allowed by the government to report on the issues there. One of them being right to choose to be with Pakistan or not.
एक तरफ आप बलूचिस्तान में कहते हैं लोगों को जो राइट ऑफ सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन है उसके खिलाफ अगेंस्ट आप लोगों को मार रहे हैं, दूसरी तरफ एट द सेम टाइम यू आर डिमांडिंग द सेम राइट्स फॉर कश्मीरीज। तो ये तो एक सीधा हिपोक्रेसी है। और जैसे बलूचिस्तान में कर रहे हैं, तो ओपनली मैंने तो पहले भी अर्ज कर चुका हूँ आपको कि ये जितने भी मिलिटेंट्स हैं, दे ओनली फॉर 2 रीजंस कि बलोच इंसर्जेंसी को काउंटर करें थ्रू दीज एक्सट्रीमिस्ट ग्रुप्स, और दूसरा यही जो एक इंटरनेशनली जो एक माइंडसेट है कि बलूचिस्तान में प्रॉब्लम क्या है.
Islamabad is building a $46 billion economic corridor through the region with the assistance of Beijing, which will connect Pakistan's Vadar to China's Xinjiang, something that the Baloch vehemently oppose.
बलोच अपनी सरजमीन पर किसी को खुशी से नहीं छोड़ेगा. आप सारे बलोच कौम को सफाई हस्ती से मिटा दें, फिर आप जाएं करें जो कुछ करना है कर सकते हैं आप. अगर कोई बलोच वहाँ पर रहा, अब इम्पॉसिबल है कि वो अपनी सरजमीन या अपने वसाइल को लूटने की इजाज़त दे.
Balochistan is geographically Pakistan's largest but the least developed province and is rocked by a severe separatist movement.
People in Gilgit-Baltistan often have nothing to fall back on if a family member falls sick. A serious illness and the cost involved in treatment can destroy households as the public sector healthcare facilities here are in shambles. A report.
People in the remote region of Gilgit-Baltistan, illegally occupied by Pakistan for decades, have little means to get themselves treated in case of serious illnesses. Officially, there are 14 doctors over an area of 27,000 square miles, but in actual terms, not even those are available at work. Gilgit, the main town, has only one city hospital, which is visited by at least 2,000 patients on a daily basis. However, this hospital also remains poorly staffed, poorly equipped and unable to meet needs.
DHK हॉस्पिटल में तकरीबन रोज़ाना 1,500 से 2,000 पेशेंट रोज़ाना कवर होते हैं, लेकिन अंदर फैसिलिटीज़ न होने के बराबर हैं. ख़ुसूसन जो कार्डियक शोबा है, कार्डियक शोबा तो बिल्कुल ही नेगलेक्टेड है. कोई कार्डियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट गिलगित में नहीं है. जो हार्ट से रिलेटेड पेशेंट है, उनको मामूली अटैक हो जाए तो भी उनको पाकिस्तान के दीगर शहरों का रुख करना पड़ता है. गुज़िश्ता हुकूमत में दावे तो बहुत किए गए सेहत के शोबे के लिए, लेकिन काम कुछ भी नहीं हुआ.
Even the medicines that are purchased in bulk are found to be substandard in the laboratory tests.
कई दफ़ा जो बल्क परचेजिंग में जो अद्वियात आई हैं वो सब स्टैंडर्ड पाई गई लेबॉरेटरी टेस्ट के बाद. उनका भी उनके ख़िलाफ़ भी कोई एक्शन अभी तक नहीं हुआ, जिसकी वजह से हर दफ़ा कोई ना कोई मेडिसिन जो है वो सब स्टैंडर्ड चेक होने के बाद आ जाती है.
Patients are often referred to other hospitals in major cities like Islamabad and Rawalpindi in absence of basic medical facilities. The poor families have to shell out their life saving to treat their near and dear ones.
MRI से जो कार्डियक पेशेंट हैं, जो जिनको चेस्ट में पेन होता है, लेकिन डॉक्टर देख के या ECG में वो डायग्नोज नहीं होती, तो उनको MRI के लिए रेफ़र किया जाता है. आज तक तो इस्लामाबाद और रावलपिंडी CMH या MH और पिम्स में पेशेंट रेफ़र होते थे, जहां उनका लाखों रुपए अखराजात बर्दाश्त करना पड़ता था.
The lack of proper medical care in the public sector has forced many to depend on private health services. Those who cannot afford to pay are left without any medical help.
Kabul, the Afghan capital, remained tense on Friday after a powerful blast killed at least 15 people. Even though no groups have claimed responsibility of the incident, this was one of the deadliest attacks since the confirmation of the death of Taliban Supreme Leader Mullah Omar.
According to police, the powerful bomb was planted in a truck which exploded near an army compound in the outskirts of capital Kabul. Authorities feared the death toll could rise as many of the injured who are being treated in hospital have critical wounds. Following the incident, security has been stepped up across Kabul. No groups, including the Taliban, have claimed responsibility of the attack.
Meanwhile, Pakistan government has rejected reports that Afghan Taliban chief Mullah Omar died in the country. Afghan intelligence agencies have claimed that Omar died in Karachi hospital in 2013.
Pakistan Defence Minister Khwaja Asif on Friday told the National Assembly that Mullah Omar neither died nor was buried in Pakistan. Asif claimed that he had the statements of Omar's sons to prove it. He also rejected reports that Omar was living in Karachi and Quetta. The Afghan Taliban had last month confirmed that its supreme leader was dead. However, confusion continues surrounding his death. While some said that he died of illness, a faction of the Taliban had claimed that Omar was assassinated. Reiterating Islamabad's commitment to establish peace in Afghanistan, Asif said the power crisis in Taliban post the death of Omar is an internal matter of the militia.
The Indian cricket team, which is touring Sri Lanka, is playing the first practice match in the island. India is hoping for a good tournament after a shock defeat to Bangladesh in June.
Indian team had a good day on the field with both bat and ball as the visitor squad against Sri Lankan board presidents 11 for their first warm-up match. After Ajinkya Rahane's century on Thursday, it was the turn of pacer Ishant Sharma on Friday. The lanky paceman claimed 5 wickets in his outing. Indian team led by captain Virat Kohli had reached Lankan capital Colombo on Monday for a 3-test match series. Indian captain said he's looking forward for a tough tournament.
We've got a lot of youngsters in the team. Their youngsters have come in beautifully as well, so it's going to be very competitive from that aspect, knowing that both sides have players who are hungry to perform and cement their places in the team.
The tournament will also be the last for one of Sri Lanka's greatest cricketers, wicketkeeper, batsman Kumar Sangakkara. The team said they wanted to give a fitting farewell to the former captain. The 3-match test series will begin on Wednesday in southwestern city of Galle.
It was a delight for all jewellery lovers, and adding to the sheen were renowned divas. Take a look at how Bollywood's love for pearls and diamonds gave way to a lavish affair.
Heaven broke loose upon jewellery aficionados as the India International Jewellery Week 2015 presented an array of collection of beautiful and elegant pieces. From gorgeous diamond chokers and shoulder-grazing chandelier earrings to cocktail rings and gold bangles, the event had it all for anyone to lust after. And adding to the shimmer were Bollywood divas who sashayed down the runway for various jewellers. While Juhi Chawla, Chitrangada Singh and Kriti Shannon looked divine in lehenga complemented with rich jewelries, others like Dia Mirza and Richa Chadha kept it simple yet elegant. Also making several heads turn were Soha Ali Khan and Preeti Zinta, who turned into princesses on the runway. The India International Jewellery Week is an annual event that is held to promote Indian craftsmanship and jewellery in the global market. Fashion icon Sonam Kapoor, who is also the brand ambassador of the event, gave a graceful end to the show.
To put real-life incidents on the silver screen is not an easy task, but there is one such film which is ready to grip cine fans with a punch of bloodied action. Take a look.
सामा को अंदर घुस के मारा था, तो ये काम हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते?
Barely a month after delivering blockbuster Bajrangi Bhaijaan, star filmmaker Kabir Khan is up with his latest outing, an action-packed thriller Phantom starring Saif Ali Khan and Katrina Kaif. The team recently came together for the trailer launch in entertainment capital Mumbai.
Because of my backdrop as a documentary filmmaker, I always try and put a real context to my films. So unfortunately, we're living in a day and age where conflict is a reality of our life, and therefore a lot of my films find this conflict as a backdrop to the story.
Kaif, who is returning to action, seemed excited about her role.
It's not action to be, it's not action for showing off or to be, creating larger-than-life images. It's action which is integral and out of no other choice. So it comes in real situations of kind of life or death.
Saif, on the other hand, has experimented with different roles all the time.
As an actor, I would love to be able to play a variety of roles, not just, yes, definitely something city-based and something that suits me, but also something different like this.
Phantom revolves around global terrorism and is based on the 2008 Mumbai terror attack in India, which not only took the country but the world by storm. The movie has Saif as an Indian agent called Daniel, who with Katrina launches a strike on the masterminds of the terror attack in order to avenge the victims. Phantom opens later this month.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Progressive blogger hacked to death in Bangladesh. Truck bomb blast leaves at least 15 dead in Kabul. And Mullah Omar didn't die in Pakistan, says government. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time next week. Have a great weekend and good night.